Hey Meow Wolf, how's it going? I've been talking to Matt on Facebook, and he said to send y'all an email with some of the details of this property that I'm connected up with. And I figured, as opposed to writing out all the information and y'all having to sift through it and do all the research yourself, I would create a short screencast video and make this short and sweet and simple for you guys. Ultimately, I am trying to see if you guys are interested in somehow buying out this friend of mine and his property. I've known Darby, Brad Cattell is his name, everyone calls him Darby, for about 8 years now, and he's built up quite a archive and collection of materials and old architectural pieces, and owns this really unique piece of property off Interstate 10. And so I want to explain it all to you, explain the situation as best I can and as quickly as I can to see if you guys have interest. And if not, it's all good. Just let me know. But maybe this will pique your interest if I explain everything. So just so you know, I have no like financial upside to this whatsoever. This guy's an old hippie, an old friend, and he's dug himself a hole the last few years since he stopped building tiny houses, and the property is kind of in this situation where it's going to go into foreclosure and who knows, be seized by the bank or whatever might happen to it. And I just don't want to see all of this awesome stuff and creative potential go to waste. So when I was at South by Southwest, I saw your documentary and I thought, hey, maybe there's potential here and maybe they're interested in the property. So I'll give you a brief overview. He started Tiny Texas Houses back in 2008. I'll switch to the desktop here and show you photos. This is his website and some examples of the houses he's designed. He was in the architectural salvage business for like 20 years before this and had a big operation in Gonzales reselling old materials. So he currently owns this property that is Tiny Texas Houses, which has a 20,000 square foot warehouse packed full of architectural pieces, doors, windows, hardware, all kinds of antique old growth lumber. And then he also has the warehouse in Gonzales, Texas. It's 30,000 square feet, maybe even bigger than that. I don't know. But it's packed full of materials as well. You go to this place and it's like Alice in Wonderland. He's got so much old, beautiful pieces like this. So he started the tiny house building company and stopped, officially building houses and laid off his crew a few years ago. And last year, I came back to Texas and helped him try to rebrand the business from Tiny Texas Houses to Salvage Texas. And so we built this website. I created a fun little graphic map kind of showcasing the vision for the property. And nothing took off. Ultimately, it's not working out, and it's either going to take an investor, an act of God, or it's all going to go to dust. Really, is the situation here. So this is an overhead view on Google of his 43 acres, and he's right off Interstate 10 here. And this is a wider view. If you zoom out, what's really unique about this property that he owns here is it's on one of the main corridors, I-10, between San Antonio and Houston, and then Austin's right here. So Austin's about 45 minutes, San Antonio's about an hour, and Houston's 2 hours. He gets a ton of traffic, as you can imagine, off this main artery right here. And the exit's a little bit ways back. You come off, and he has all of this frontage road. This picture shows better like his exact property lines. That's Interstate 10. So he has this chunk of land here that's all 43 acres. Don't mind any of this. This is old stuff that he had written, but this is his chunk of property here. And what's again really unique about this scenario is there's 5 acres right here at this corner that a gas station was built on, and there's a huge sign here. I'll flip over and show you some photos of it. Let's see. There's a sign at this gas station. Anyway, the gas station lot's for sale, and I think it's on the market right now for like 300,000. So this is the gas station, and this is the big sign that I always imagine oh, Salvage Texas could be right there. That could be our sign for the property. But the way I see it, if you guys were to buy this and somehow maybe buy him out, acquire all the property, maybe I would buy this gas station corner lot too, so you'd have signage here. But so what's really unique about this scenario is that he's got this 43 acres. It's on the very edge of Guadalupe County, which Guadalupe County is back over to the left here. It's Seguin and all this other area. And it's also in the ETJ of Luling, so you're outside the city limits. And so he has a ton of freedom on this property. He already bought over the years, some industrial equipment and started digging like a madman. He has all these ponds and different canal systems, half dug, half baked projects, essentially half finished. Started here on his property, but you have just a lot of freedom, which I think if y'all were to buy something in Austin, and y'all talked about that in your documentary, the challenge of dealing with code and all that. So there's a lot of freedom you would have on this property too. The main warehouse, which is the 20,000 square feet warehouse, is right here. And again, packed to the gills with freaking materials. You would not believe how much stuff he has in each of these warehouses. And if y'all are building anything or wanted to build something, like, it's all here, all the assets to make this place a wonderland, under the proper management and with the proper team, of course. It's all just like sitting here. This is the tiny house village in the back. He has all these houses on Airbnb right now. I feel like it would be part of the buyout. This is the overhead view of what we call like the fairgrounds here. We had a Halloween festival here last October, but there's a big metal building here, some other little structures. We ended up getting all these commercial tents and put them out there on the property. So yeah, it's a really beautiful piece of property and ideal location for something cool to be built out. I don't know a price. I don't know what he would do if it was a direct buyout, or if maybe y'all leased it from him. He probably has some different ideas of what the potential could be, but I wanted to show it to you and see if it interests y'all at all. I'm going to attach my cell phone to the email, and if y'all want to talk more, let's do. I explained to Matt that if you guys want to come down, we can set you up in the Airbnb for free, of course, and talk and let y'all see the property. But yeah, I just don't want to see it go to waste. He's built up such a massive collection of beautiful architectural stuff, and the property is pretty cool, an ideal location for the right people to come in and do something. So let me know, guys. I hope to hear back from you, and thank you so much.